Good morning. I just wanted to say happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm drinking my coffee this morning in this little Irish coffee cup, which I love Irish coffee, but I don't have the makings to make me some Irish coffee, so this is just regular coffee. But actually, it's not just regular coffee. This coffee is some of the coffee that Pearl from Atlanta, Georgia sent me that's extra special. And it's really good, Pearl. I like it. But I'm just drinking it out of this Irish coffee mug this morning because it's St. Patrick's Day. I have on my green sweater and these earrings that have green on them, and the bracelet to match. And of course, I've got this green plant behind me that a lot of people comment on. My plants are so in desperate need to get outside again. I think I've said before on other videos that I bring them in the wintertime and just keep them alive until I can get them back out on the porch where they love it. I also have this cross stitch that's framed, and my sister made it, and it's an Irish blessing. So I'm going to read that to you this morning. May there always be work for your hands to do. May your purse always hold a coin or two. May the sun always shine on your window pane. May a rainbow be certain to follow each rain. May the hand of a friend always be near you. May God fill your heart with gladness to cheer you. I wish that for everyone, especially my tribe, tangled up in blue. Yesterday, I watched a concert on YouTube, and it was the Bee Gees back in 1997. It was called One Night Only, MGM. Oh my gosh, I watched it from beginning to end, and it was wonderful. It was so nice to travel back to the days and their career and how beautiful their music was and how so much of it was uplifting and joyful, and then some of it expressed the sorrows we felt during those times. So I spent a big part of yesterday watching that concert. Just wanted to share that with y'all. You know, I've heard a few people say that getting Democrats to come together is sort of like herding cats with a water hose. And I think that's so true, because we are so diverse, and we come from every little crook and cranny across the United States. So we may not look like each other, we may not talk like each other. It's just, it is. That's a good reference to it, is to say it's like herding cats with a water hose. Seems almost impossible. But there are a lot of things that just seem almost impossible. But we need to make it possible. We have to come together for democracy. We really do. We have to do what seems to be impossible. And when I think about herding cats with a water hose, and I mean, I think about that, literally think about that. And I think, well, if I really had to do it that way and had a group of cats and I was trying to save their lives for some reason, I would try. I would try my best to herd those cats with a water hose. And I'd like to think I could do it. I really do. I like to think, I believe I could do that. It would be very, very hard, but I think I could do that. I've had cats all my life. Sometimes this may be silly, but sometimes I think to myself, I'm kind of like a cat whisperer. I do know cats because I have had pet cats all my life at different times. So even though it seems like the impossible, sometimes the impossible is possible. The song, we all know it, to dream the impossible dream. Yeah, to dream the impossible dream. I watch, just to get away from all the negative things we hear every day. And most of it is the truth. And we have to accept the truth that's going on in our country. But to get away from it sometimes, such as watching a Bee Gee concert, I watch videos of pickers, people that pick to resell. I watch videos of women that are living in their vans because of circumstances in their life and how they go about living in their vans. And I watch videos of just everyday women doing everyday things and talking to us. Now, these channels, I also watch, I thought of this too, I also watch like scavengers, people who go out and find scrap metal and things like that in the trash, and then take it to sell it to the recycling centers, or people that buy storage units and resell. I also watch those too. And most of the ones I've just mentioned, they and they even comment on it sometimes, that they don't become political on their channels, which, I think before Trump, if I was doing any of those things that they were doing, just normally going about doing what I was doing, I would have been the same way. I probably would have said, I'm not going to be political on my channel, or, I don't, or just don't express any political views on my channel. But sometimes when I'm watching them, because like I say, I watch to get away from the negative. But sometimes when I'm watching them, especially lately, there's a frustration in me because I like these people. Their personalities come through on their channels, and I like these people. And the frustration is I want to hear their views on what's going on today. And as I'm watching them, I'm also curious to see what's going to happen to them as this country falls apart, which we know it is. I think to myself, how will that affect their reselling business? How will it affect their jobs that some of these women do, or their relationships with their families, or their communities where they go out and purchase things for their homes and family and their food and make dinners, and how I get curious to think, how's it going to affect them, all this? Will there be a day that they'll say, I've kept my mouth shut, but I've got to speak up now? Or will they just talk about, I don't know. I really don't know. But I suppose I'll keep watching them, because not only do I like them and I enjoy what they do, I'm also, nowadays, I'm very curious to see if they ever will speak out about what's going on, or what is going on and will be going on, how it will affect them. Because it seems like they've made an effort to not be involved. Just some of my thoughts. Gotta have another sip of my good coffee. Oh yeah, that's good. I always like creamer in my coffee, and most of the time I use hazelnut. Well, the last time I bought my creamer, they didn't have the hazelnut, so I got the honey, cinnamon, and vanilla. And it's good for a change. It's good. But I miss my hazelnut. That's my favorite. Anyway, I just wanted to check in and say happy St. Patrick's Day, and I hope you've enjoyed your coffee this morning, and I'll be talking to you soon. Tangled Up in Blue. Bye, Grammy.